Hello, I'm Brad Johnson and welcome to this free online presentation entitled The Nature of Neutrality. What is it that this presentation is all about? What is it that's going to be involved to help you understand more about what you're going through in this reality and how you can truly transcend past it? The nature of neutrality is all about becoming the observer. Throughout decades and decades and centuries, we've all been caught into an enormous dramatic cycle that represents the epitome of duality. That duality itself has been reigning very strongly upon this planet for a very long time. We've now reached the cycle where that duality is coming to an end. Now what you're going to discover throughout this video is certain aspects in regards to the processes of how duality tries to maintain itself. But in that sense, this is a futile attempt. Because as each and every single one of us awakens more and more, as each and every single one of us realizes that there's so much more past the reality that we have been, in that sense, exposed to, that particular reality struggles based upon the power, on an illusionary level, to maintain its dominance over you. And this grows in the sense of an acceleration, of an intensity that makes you feel that, oh my goodness, we're coming so far, and so much more of this acceleration, this intensity, this dualistic premise is growing more and more rampant. Yes, that's the point. Because as you start to see yourself grow and expand and evolve, that reality that wanted to, again, have a hold upon you based upon the powers that wanted to influence that illusionary construct upon you, are now going to do anything they can to maintain drama. This is not something that's organized by a select few people. This is the universe itself attempting to teach humanity a lesson. That it's now time to step into the nature of neutrality. That you're now looking to become a problem solver. And this is exactly what we're going to look at within this video in regards to becoming a problem solver, stepping into neutrality, looking exactly what are some of the messages that the quote-unquote external reality is trying to teach us, looking past the drama and moving more into the essence of what this represents. So let's get started. Karma. What is the nature of karma? Karma itself, on the grand level, is self-imposed. It is a self-created principle. Really, from a truthful standpoint, looking at yourself in the purity of being, you don't even have any karma. Karma itself is an invention. It is something that has been carried over and over in other particular forms of perspectives, what could be known as past lives, or what could be known in particular moments of this life, that hold experiences, that hold life lessons that have yet to be resolved. It is through this constant dance of the illusionary karma that makes you feel helpless, that makes you feel angry, that makes you feel in conflict. It's all of these particular premises that are simply showing yourself this is what you've created. Through your own particular subjective understanding of this reality, and everything contained within the elements of this reality, you've brought this into yourself, and you're creating a version of this particular situation that relates to drama that has become unresolved. And it can be anything. It could be the idea of feeling that you're not being loved enough by a partner, you're not getting the job of your dreams, you're in financial chaos, etc. It's all of these particular things. However, the premise of karma is, again, that it is an illusion and that it was self-created. If each and every single person on this planet looked into the idea that karma itself is but an illusion and that it is simply showing you the life lessons that you have chosen to experience and looking to resolve them as a problem solver, this planet would literally transform overnight. But again, the whole idea of karma is that so you can look at these matters that have yet to be resolved. This is where you are stepping into neutrality. This is where you are becoming a problem solver. Karma itself does not dictate its reality to you. You are the one who brought forward all these understandings, these kinks, these knots in the energy stream. You are simply looking to detangle those knots. And how do you do that? You step outside of yourself in becoming the observer. Karma, again, is only an illusion. It is self-created by you, and it can easily be resolved. What are the messages of external reality? We're seeing right now more of an uproar in regards to sociological, political agendas. That there is so much suppression in the feeling that if you are speaking your mind, if you are attempting to have free will in that sense, you'll be met with suppression. The whole idea is that this represents, again, a message from external reality. We are entering such a phase right now where the energies are so intense and so accelerated that everything that corresponds to the drama on a collective consciousness level is accelerating. It's almost like a tortoise and the hare type situation. That the hare itself simply represents this acceleration of drama where it feels of the illusion of suppression, where it feels that you can't speak your mind and you feel like you're the tortoise who can't keep up with this acceleration. It's time to turn the tortoise into the hare so that you have a hare and a hare meeting halfway point to which they culminate together in equal speed. So all you're doing right now is when you see these bills that are passing, oh my goodness, you can't talk, you can't speak your mind, there's police organizations everywhere, there's military suppression, etc., etc., etc. Don't you see that this is the universe telling you to wake up? Understand that all these particular systems that are accelerating have to do with an external, better than me type mentality, superiority complex. The universe is telling you, hey, come on, wake up. You understand now how corrupt these systems are. You understand now that these systems don't work. And so now it's going to rear its ugly head. You're literally going to see the beast. The beast in that sense was always covered from this fog decades and decades ago. And now that fog is starting to clear, and now you're starting to see this beast unfold. So what are you going to do about it? You take self-responsibility. You know that the governmental systems, the political systems, those agendas don't work anymore. And so you're looking to transform from being a tortoise into a hare, to meet up halfway with that other hare that was in that sense feeling that they were so well ahead of you, that they were superior to you. There is no superiority. So what do you feel you can do to resolve these situations? It's about waking yourself up. It's about realizing that, again, these systems are an illusion and they were never necessary. That you're looking to take your power back. For the longest time, the majority of this population has given their power to these particular agendas, to these particular sections and divisions, to where they feel they're in charge. There is no in charge. By more people understanding and realizing that all of these systems are an illusion, that there is no superiority, you come together in groups and you decide what is appropriate. It is through the collective consciousness of this planet that determines the course of the flow of the population, of the civilization on this planet. It is never about that little group sitting on top of the pyramid thinking that they're in charge. Their days are over. And it truly is a residual effect right now that we're going through. And so the popular phrase, we are the 99%, you are the 100%. It has always been about 100% determination. It has always been about 100% commitment and 100% self-empowerment. And when you get into that stage, when you get into that mindset of, again, becoming a problem solver through neutrality, through observation, to observe what is the essence of what this situation means, rather than diving into the hamster wheel of melodrama over and over again. Oh my God, look what the government's doing now. Oh my God, look at the bill they passed. So what? Look into the essence of why that particular drama is coming into your life, of why it's coming into the collective. Because it's the universe trying to tell each and every single one of us, wake up. Realize how empowered you are. These systems only exist because you're still on training wheels to understand how to become a mature civilization. They only thrive on the intention that you give them. They are only energetically empowered through all the focus and all the fear and all the anger and all the aggression you throw towards them. Do you understand? You're the one feeding that beast. That beast is only a beast because that's how you envision it. You don't see that beast in that sense as an equal, as someone that you can forgive, that you can outsurpass, that you can transcend, and saying, there's no more need for these systems. There's no more need for these agendas. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to be self-empowered. This happens on an individualistic level at first, and it moves into a group mentality. And that group mentality becomes a consensus. And that consensus moves into a whole new era of how we conduct ourselves on this planet as a mature civilization. It's no longer about pointing the finger at someone and saying, you're to blame. No. This has happened. What are we going to do about it? That is the era of a problem solver. That is the nature of neutrality. As we enter into the era of problem solving, this is what's going to bring us into that of a mature civilization, that we're actually going to take the training wheels off. This is going to open us into a whole new reality by us being able to look at drama, realize it's an illusion, and realize all the potential we've had all along. It's the particular form of this illusionary reality that makes you feel hopeless, that you are unworthy, that you are unloved, that there's nothing you can do right. That's all based upon judgment, and that's all based upon running the hamster wheel of drama. Get off the wheel. And when you are able to finally get off the wheel and look into the idea of neutrality, of the essence of why these situations are manifesting, looking at the lessons that they're attempting to teach you, then you are moving into a whole new plateau of understanding what it is to be a problem solver. And this is what could be termed as the future. The future involves us looking at issues, looking at challenges that are coming up, not playing the blame game, not just sitting there and letting this all happen, oh, someone else will deal with it. No. You're looking at it because this involves you. This is part of who you are. As you view it, as you observe it, you're a part of it. And so as being the observer, as someone who is taking responsibility for themselves, you grow to the aspect of being a problem solver. This is where we're going. This is the era of problem solving. This is what will allow us to become a galactic community. This is where we will actually be able to transform the Earth very, very quickly, to actually work alongside with the Earth, to help her along, to nurture her, to actually be the cells in the body that are taking care of her, and her taking care of us in reciprocation. This is what's going to allow contact with other galactic societies to actually come here and want to associate with us, not hiding behind the veil anymore, but actually wanting to have themselves introduce themselves through our own intent to come and say, humans, now you're ready. Now we can integrate ourselves into you. You've given us the cue. You've told us this is the time, so now we're going to come forward, and now we're going to offer our assistance, if you wish, to helping you become a galactic community. You're no longer stranded on this little ball. Now you're open to a universe of possibility. But this can only happen when you're a mature civilization, taking responsibility for yourself. It's the only way it's done. No one else is going to do it for you. This is something that is a self-explorative manner. This is something in regards to self-empowerment. Look into the empowerment of yourself. Look into the idea that you do hold all the keys, and that through the puzzle piece that you have, each and every single person is going to attract in their life based on a like-mind vibration and hold up their puzzle piece as well too, all of their keys. And this is what's going to transform us into an era of problem solvers. In regards to higher guidance, when you start to move into observation, you are literally moving into a heart space, a heart center. It's not about the ego attempting to drive you to feel that it's in charge, to feel that, oh, you should or you shouldn't do this, or else here's the consequence. Those are ego mentalities. When you are moving into higher guidance, you are entering that state of spirit, where there is no judgment, where there is unconditional love. How do you move into higher guidance? When you fully love yourself, when you are confident with your choices, when you have that full, complete trust of the self. This is how it comes, in the purest form it can. The more you love yourself, the more confident you are with yourself, the more you trust yourself. This is what's going to open up that flower. That heart space is going to open wide, and you will literally have the universe come in. But this can only happen through that state of self-empowerment, through that state of the nature of neutrality, stepping outside of yourself, looking at all these dramas that are a part of your life on an individualistic and a collective level. To saying, you know what? This is a message. The universe is just telling me to grow up, to wake up, and to understand that I've been running this hamster wheel of drama over and over and over and over and over again. Is it now time to get off? It's a great time to get off, but you must make the choice. Again, no one else is going to solve these problems for you. This is what you're going through. This is your time to shine. So look into the nature of neutrality, entering that state of higher guidance so that the universe itself literally becomes your ally. Through higher guidance, you are going to be going into stasis. What do I mean when I say that you're going into stasis? This can be termed, through my own way, of you going into a deep state of meditation. When you go into the deeper states of meditation, time itself literally seems to freeze, or doesn't seem to exist. You are simply one with the universe. You are literally going into stasis. And by going into stasis, you are understanding that you are bringing forward information. You are unlocking abilities within yourself. Your body is transforming. Your energy field is expanding. You are moving more into the Christed consciousness. You are understanding that all through these particular forms of sacred geometrical patterns that are coming through to help you understand the levels of dimension, to help you understand all these other realms that exist, that all realities together correspond to form a reality within yourself. This is how, when you enter into stasis, you understand these principles. You move past drama and you come into understanding through stasis. So the whole idea is that when you are able to open yourself up, you let go of drama, you forgive it, you accept it, it creates a convergence effect into you, and you open and blossom into allowing the universe to be your ally. You go into stasis. And stasis eventually becomes, from a subconscious level, into a conscious level. You are consciously in stasis, meaning that you are no longer worried about the confines of time. What should I do at 9 o'clock today? What should I do at noon today? What should I do at 3 o'clock today? Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. It is not time dictating your responsibility to you. It is you deciding exactly what you want to do, not through time, but through experience. This is consciously going into stasis, and this is something that will eventually move stronger and stronger into yourself as you start to spend some time with who you are. You're giving yourself the self-time to go into stasis, to go into deep meditation, to understand how the universe truly is an ally, how there is no judgment, how things are manifest through subtlety and effortlessness. If you're trying really, really hard and you're straining yourself and you feel like you're just almost killing yourself trying to relax, well, that's a complete contradiction. Relaxation and understanding the flow of the universe always comes from subtlety. It is effortlessness. Manifestation is always brought forward through effortlessness. And this is why those beings on a very, very low vibration don't understand this, and why they need technology to manipulate and mimic this, because they don't have the ability in themselves to be subtle. Subtlety itself requires unconditional love. It requires that creativity. They don't know how to do that. And so when you are in a higher vibration, you're a step ahead. And that's not where they want you to be, those particular beings that reside on a lower vibration. But you understand that when you're at that level, when you're in that higher plateau, you see them as yourselves. They simply are these fragments. They are these particular forms of fragments that are trying to understand their way of life, and you understand that process, that they're going through their own perspective, they're going through their own challenges, they're attempting to understand who they are, but they are so caught up in distraction and the illusion of dominance that they are so far behind the curve. But at some point, they're going to learn, and you simply send your love to them because they are you. They are all these facets of yourself. So look into the idea of the understanding of stasis, of the understanding of deep meditation, and you will open yourself up to a whole new possibility with the universe once again functioning as your ally. Through this entire presentation, the epitome of what is being talked about here is taking self-responsibility. Taking the responsibility of yourself to go inside yourself, to look into all of these dramas that are happening on an individual level and a collective level, knowing that they all intertwine and interlock. We are all connected to each other. We are all one being on this planet. Those that may be very, very carried away with the nuts and bolts of this reality are not quite looking at that other particular side. Those who want to simply dive into the emotional aspects are still looking to ground themselves together. There is no one perspective that is greater than the other. They only function together as one. It's in that understanding that true religion and true science truly come hand in hand. Because truthfully, beyond both of those aspects, spirituality and that nuts and bolts understanding of physical reality, of why we're here, come hand in hand. It is that separation. It has been a splitting of the proverbial atom that represents this explosion of duality. All we're doing is we're resealing that atom back together so it can function together in harmony. That the tangible and intangible are allies, that they're part of each other. It's not about a nuts and bolts reality, and it's not about an airy-fairy mysticism type reality. It's about them coming together to understand the whole. That's what it takes. That's the understanding. The best of both worlds coming together to become one world. So I hope you have enjoyed this presentation in regards to the nature of neutrality, stepping outside of yourself and becoming the observer. Thank you very much. If you have any more questions in regards to this presentation, you can always contact me by my email at info@areyourselfempowered.com. I'm Brad Johnson. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Namaste.